Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Janelle Copeland. If you're new here, I hope you stick around and subscribe so we can be friends. We talk about a lot of things business related, and today I'm going to talk to you about 3 reasons why you need to hire employees. So some of you may know that I have a podcast with my husband, Eddie Copeland. It's called the Push Podcast, and we push people to have different perspectives for some of the biggest challenges that you're gonna go through in life. That could be with parenting, with marriage, with business. So if you haven't checked it out, go take a listen to the Push Podcast. Let me know what you think. There's tons of topics on all kinds of different things, and I'm sure you'll find something that will be entertaining, that will make you laugh, and more importantly, something you can learn from. In this video, I really want to talk about the fact that I have a what in the world. On the podcast, we do this thing called what in the world. I have a what in the world.
What's your what in the world? Tell me.
And that is when something's just kind of crazy and you don't know why it keeps coming up for you, or it's just an odd experience. So that is what a what in the world is. My what in the world is that lately I've been running into lots of business owners who want to hoard all the responsibilities in their business for themselves. And this is what I mean. They don't want to share their recipes if they're bakers. They don't want to hire someone to come in and decorate because they love decorating. And they want to hoard all of the jobs. And here's the problem with that. You're one person. And although you may love what you do, I totally get that. I loved being a cake decorator. I loved playing with sugar and art and all of that stuff. But eventually, if you want to grow your business, you're going to need some help. People keep talking about the fact that they don't trust employees. They keep talking about the fact that no one can do things quite like they can. So we're talking about a bunch of perfectionists, control freaks. And if that's you, I'm telling you this with so much love. You gotta let go. In the previous video, I talked about taking a vacation, taking a rest to be able to rest and rejuvenate and come up with new ideas to go back to your team or back to your business with a new fresh set of eyes. And in this video, it's kind of a tag team onto that. But lately people have been saying, oh, I'm better off without employees. It doesn't matter where you're at actually in your business, because when I started my business from home, I was doing all of the things, the social media, I was going to networking events, I was doing everything I could to grow the business. And eventually it just got to a point where I needed extra help. You're one person. So before I give it all away, let me tell you the 3 things that I think will convince you to hire employees by the time you're done with this video. All right, so number 1, you are only one person. And I understand that you think you're Superwoman. I definitely am guilty of that too. But here's the thing, if you have created a business that cannot operate or generate money or serve customers without you, congratulations, you have a job. And that job actually depends on you in order to be successful. We don't want that. That's like the opposite of being a business owner. In the previous video, I talked about how every business owner deep down wants to be in business for themselves for freedom. You are signing up to do really hard things, like challenging things, stressful things, things that cost tons of money, because ultimately you want freedom. Maybe that's financial freedom. You want to be able to make as much money as you possibly can. Maybe that's freedom to have flexibility in your schedule or take vacations. But if you're only one person and your business only operates with you, you're already bottlenecking your ability to create that freedom. Your business shouldn't be suffering just because you leave. So if your business can't make money without you, that is kind of the first call out that I am calling you out on. You have to create a business that long term will be able to operate in your absence. What if you get sick? What if something happens? What if you need to step away? You don't want to go broke and bankrupt your business because you've built this entire business around one person, and that's you. Lately, the conversations I've been having with people around hiring employees, they give me so much pushback, and here's what they say.
Well, you don't understand. I don't really want to grow my business. I have enough customers. I don't need more customers. I'm fine where I'm at.
Or they'll say, well, you owned a bakery, so you were trying to grow your business.
I'm not trying to grow my business.
I don't want to own a brick and mortar. I don't want that headache. And I want to call BS on that. And here's what I mean by that. The second reason why you need to hire employees is because ultimately you're going to grow. Eventually, if you are being consistent with your social media, you're sending out email newsletters, you're taking good pictures, you're serving customers, you're giving great products, eventually those customers will tell other customers, and those posts will be seen by people that don't know you, so your followers will grow. And eventually your business, your brand will grow. It will expand, it will reach more people. You will eventually have more inquiries, more people will be sending messages or DMs, more people will be asking questions. And what do you do when it's just you to respond to all of those inquiries, emails, messages, provide great service, get back to them in a timely fashion, and you're also juggling all the shopping, the baking, the delivering, the photographing, all of that stuff. So that's kind of my plea to you is if you're telling me that you don't want to grow your business, but you are posting consistently on social media, don't lie to me, you're lying to yourself. We are all in business to eventually grow the business. So if you want to make more money, you gotta grow it, right? If you are showing up consistently, you are trying to grow it. If you are trying to grow the business in any way, then you're going to need to grow your support. And so one person will not be able to withstand an influx of new customers, new inquiries, all of that stuff I just named. Eventually you will need help. And that is kind of a slippery slope. Like, well, when am I doing enough to where I can afford to pay for help? That's a whole nother issue. But I'm just telling you from the beginning, if you love the art, you love the baking, you love the mixing, whatever it is you love about your business, I'm not telling you that you have to give that up. I'm just telling you that there've gotta be some things in your business that you don't necessarily love that you can offload to someone else so that you can free yourself up to do more of the things that you actually love to do. So if you really love responding to customers or handling customers and you're just great at customer service, then don't give that away. You should keep that for yourself. But maybe you should hire a baker. If you really love baking or decorating, don't give that away. Maybe you should consider hiring an admin. Think of all of the things that you have to do in a business that maybe you weren't considering in the beginning. You've got to file taxes, you've got to maybe manage QuickBooks, you've got to do inventory, go shopping. You've got to do all this stuff. You need to hire somebody to help you with that stuff because what'll happen is if you keep stretching yourself thin, now you are taking forever to potentially respond to customer inquiries. Maybe you're not able to interact with your customers the way that you want to. So now the clients are actually suffering. And guess what's gonna happen if that happens consistently? You'll get negative reviews. People will start to tarnish your brand or your reputation. And then you'll be really upset about that. So often I see people on social media complaining about,
you guys need to be patient with me because I'm a one-woman show and I'm only one person.
It's one of my biggest pet peeves. I hate when a business owner is upset with the customers because they're not responding to the customers fast enough. That is a perfect indicator that you need to hire help. If you are mad at your customers because they're expecting something quicker from you, whether it's a response, whether it's a quote, whatever it is, if you're consistently doing all of those things, eventually you will disappoint your customers. So please, for the love of God, don't put yourself in a position where you're gonna be complaining about people that are complaining about you not being available for them. It's kind of working against the current. You're trying all this stuff to grow the business, but then that will bottleneck your ability to grow. It'll bottleneck your ability to provide great service for your customers, and you don't want that negativity. So please hire some help. Number 3, solopreneurship is completely overrated. If I had $1 for every time I saw a meme or a Pinterest graphic, something that people were supposed to be waving high about, oh, I'm the doer of all things, the solopreneur, I would be so rich by now. And I just want to tell you that as women in particular, we think that we can do all things, and we are. We're pretty amazing. We are super women, but we don't have to be super women in all areas of our lives 100% of the time, all day, all night, 24/7. We just don't have to do that. So let's stop wearing these badges of honor around being the solopreneur and being able to do everything on our own. It's okay to have a support system. It's okay to have help. And again, eventually as the business grows, you will need help. You're only one person. So don't get me wrong, in the beginning, you'll have to do it all. You'll be managing the orders, shopping for inventory, responding to inquiries, baking, delivering, cleaning, all of the things, because you're starting and you should be doing all of that. You've got to start somewhere, you've got to do it, you've got to learn how to do it in order to put processes together in order to be able to ask for help, right? So there will be seasons where it will be required of you to do a lot of things. But my plea to you is don't make that a forever season. We need to get away from thinking that we have to be the ones to do everything all of the time. And lastly, I kind of just want to end with this. If you pay attention to the baking industry, it's no mystery. It's full of a bunch of people who are overwhelmed, overworked, underpaid, and quite frankly, just not really happy. And I don't want that for you. If you are going to sign up to do this really hard thing, like start and run a business, then I don't want you to have to think that it's gonna be this hard all the time. There's gonna be seasons of hard, there will be seasons of overwhelm, but those should be seasons, and then there should be seasons of rest. And so I hope this video was helpful in helping you understand that you don't have to be Superwoman or Superman all of the time, but you do need help. Let's normalize focusing on things that help us be the boss, things that will allow you to work on your business and not so much in your business, right? So that means less production, more brainstorming, more visioning, more thinking about what's ahead, more mapping out and planning what's happening in the months to come. And if we understand that that's really what a CEO or a boss or an entrepreneur does, then we can stop acting like small business owners and we can start acting more like the bosses that I know that we're all meant to be. So let me know if this video was helpful. If you want to talk about hiring employees, I'd love to hear who you hired first. Do you have any help, or are you doing all of the things in your business right now? There is no shade if you are. I just want you to try on a different perspective, try on a different thought that maybe you haven't considered before. And also go listen to the Push podcast. That's what the whole podcast is about, is trying on new perspectives so we can grow and learn and just constantly be in upward movement. So I hope this video served you. I will see you guys in the next video. Take care and let me know how I can help you.